Hello and welcome to my 250th episode of the Working with Todoist series. My name is Carl Pauline and yes, this is the 250th episode of Working with Todoist, and it has been an amazing journey. Just over 3 years, if I remember correctly, since we started this series, and we've been posting an episode almost every single week for those 3 years. Now this week have I got something special for you. I am taking you into a little more depth of my time blocking system and giving a little bit more of an explanation about why I have a routines folder and a recurring areas of focus folder. I've had a few questions on Twitter about what is the difference between these two, so I thought for this special episode, this 250th episode, I'm going to show you how I distinguish between a regular routine and a recurring area of focus. Now, before we go any further, I would just like to ask, if you do get any value from this episode, then please help me by hitting that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Todoist, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me now take you into my Todoist demo account and I will show you how to use routines and recurring areas of focus. Okay, so those of you who have been following my sort of transition from a project-based organization system to a time-based organization system, you know that I no longer use projects as such. Basically, I just have time boxes. That's this week, next week, this month, next month, long term, and my routines. Now, the way inside that system, I have something I call my recurring areas of focus, and I have my routines. Now, people have been asking, what is the difference between a recurring area of focus and a routine? Now, essentially, the difference is in how important something is. So if I start off with my routines, which I have a folder down here for my routines, I break that down into daily, weekly and monthly. Now you don't have to do that. That's entirely up to you. I've just always broken it down into daily, weekly and monthly. Now I should point out that this is my demo account, so this is not completely full. In my regular Todoist, I have around about 12 daily routines. I think, no, it's probably about 8 daily routines in my daily schedule. It's probably about 16 in my weekly one, and my monthly one probably only has about 4 or 5, not that too many. And essentially the tasks that I put in here are simple tasks like update the sales report, for example, check my shopping list to see if there's anything urgently required, such as milk. You know, I drink my tea, I have milk with my tea. I keep my expenses up to date, so I like to add any daily expenses to my daily expenses spreadsheet, and I need just to clean up my daily admin. And there are a few other things in my real one, which is something I'm tracking my subscriber numbers and any income that's coming into the business. So that's what I keep in there. None of these tasks here move my life forward. None of these tasks improve my life. They don't help me move my goals forward. They don't really help my business in terms of admin for business. That's just maintaining something that's absolutely necessary, but it doesn't drive the business further forward. And likewise with my weekly routines, things like take the garbage out, that doesn't improve my life, but it does keep my house clean. Giving my dog his weekly bath, that again, it doesn't improve my life, but it does keep my dog clean. Complete my monthly expenses sheet, so I need to update that. Again, none of these actually takes my life further forward. They're not related to any goals or business development. They are just things that have to be done. And what I want to do is I want to keep these out because these can be negotiable. If I've had an absolutely crazy day, I don't actually have to bath my dog today. I can bath him tomorrow, or I could bath him in 2 days' time. Likewise, I don't need to wash the car today, or I could probably skip a week. It's not a big deal, but these are the kind of things that are easily forgotten if they're not on the list, particularly if you've had a particularly busy day and you're just trying to stay on top of things and you just want to see what have I got scheduled on my to-do list today, and I can make a decision about whether I want to move anything forward. Moving on to the monthly one, I have one here which is to check my favorite band's tour page and to see if they have any concerts in Asia, and I keep that to a link to their tour page, so I can just click on that and it will open up Safari Click on that, it will open up Safari, and it will take me directly to Above and Beyond's tour date, so I can do a check to see if they are coming in to Asia. So that's one that I keep that one in there, and I have one here to check any overdue invoices that haven't been paid from my English language company. So things like that, doing the invoices. I mean, I suppose you could argue they do take my business forward, but I never see doing invoices. It's just a routine old thing I have to do once a month. So those are the kind of things that you would put into your routines folder, and I separate them out because I just don't want to forget them. But likewise, I don't want them interfering in any of these views here, which is why they're not flagged. I don't want them interfering in here. They just have to be done on the day that they're supposed to be done. Now, moving up to the next one, which is actually what I call my recurring areas of focus. And I've created that as a section now in the new Todoist Foundations. It just keeps it nice and together in this week. Now, some of these probably won't, like all of these actually in my demo account are coming up this week, but they don't necessarily need to come up this week. Some of them might be monthly, some of them might only be every 3 months, but once they're in, I don't need to forget it. I won't forget about them. They will come up when they need to come up. So it's like do my posture exercises 3 times a day. Well, I covered that last week, so you know why I'm doing that. And prepare my YouTube videos. These things to me are very, very important. Preparing my class materials for my online language students. Again, these are things that are related to my business, that drive my business forward. Doing my morning routine helps me with my, my personal life, and to make sure that I'm keeping track of my health and my diet and everything else, and my sleep and so on. And things like my Focus 10, which is where I get my my daily objectives done, so that I know that I'm moving forward on the things that truly matter to me. And things like doing my weekly planning session on a Sunday and planning out next week's exercise schedule. You could argue that these are routines, but to me, these things take my life further forward. They keep moving forward. They keep the ball moving forward. They improve my health and fitness goals, my goals. In fact, they do so much for me. Unlike my routines, which are just day-to-day chores that have to be done, that things would really start piling up if I didn't do them. So there you go. I really just wanted to cover the difference between what a recurring area of focus is and what a routine is. To me, they are quite distinctive. Of course, with all of you guys, they're going to be slightly different. You're going to see different things as being truly important to your life, and you may have things that in my, say, for example, my recurring areas of focus here, you might think they're routines, and that's fine, because we are all different and we all see things differently. So it's just important that you make sure that you've got what you consider to be the things that drive you forward in these recurring areas of focus. And once again, the reason why I've split it from here, from my this week's tasks, is really simply because I don't want to these have to be done every week or every day, and I just don't want to have to be rescheduling these every single day. They're done, they're down, they're solid, and they are going to happen. These are non-negotiable, and that's why the dates are fixed, and I don't want them to, I'm not going to move them. So there you go. That's the difference between a recurring areas of focus and a routines. And as I say, when you go down to the routines, I should just point out again, you don't necessarily have to break it down into daily, weekly, and monthly. The only reason I do that is quite simply when it comes to doing my review of these lists, I've got them all separated and I can check and see them. And if I think, well, now I can take the garbage out every day, I'll do that every day. I can move things around if I want. It's just nice and simple. So there you go. That's it. I hope you found this episode useful, this 250th episode useful. I'd like to say thank you so much to all of you guys who've supported me by watching these videos. I hope to be doing a lot more videos, another 250 to come. Let's get to 500th episode of Working with Todoist. It's been an amazing journey, and I've absolutely loved every minute of it. Well, thanks again, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Now, I have a question for you. Are you ready to go beyond the to-do list? Now, I asked that question because building a to-do list, building an organization system is really the first step to mastering the art of productivity. If you really want to take yourself to the next level and you really want to automate the whole process, then you need to start using workflows. You need to start building workflows, because It's the work that you do consistently over a period of time that completes projects, achieves goals, and takes you to accomplish the things that you really want to accomplish in your life. And that's why I developed my Productivity Masterclass series, building your very own custom workflows. Now, this is a course that is kind of on the advanced level. It's designed to get you to go beyond the to-do list, which many of us have spent many hours building, and it's designed to take you to the very next level so that your whole system is automated, so you can make decisions really quickly about what it is you want to do today, this week, this month, and this year, and build it into your daily workflows that takes you towards accomplish them. Now, I would love to see you in this course. The details of my Productivity Masterclass course, building your very own custom workflows, are in the show notes below. I would love to see you in the course. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. It'd be great for you to join us. Thank you very much for watching this. It just remains for me now to wish you again a very, very productive week.